JLO versus Shakira during a Super Bowl halftime performance. It's in her new doc. We have a story. Let's get to it.
5, 4, 3,
1.
Polly here on the Latino Slant. Hope everyone is doing well. Stick around for the entire video. At the end of the story, I will give you my 2 cents, not only on this story, but on the documentary. It comes out on Netflix June 16th. A lot of activity happening. We love that. Let's get right to this story, shall we? From the New York Post, JLO's Jennifer Lopez's halftime doc, that's the name of the doc, JLO unhappy to share stage with Shakira. When Jennifer Lopez had to share the Super Bowl halftime stage co-headlining with Shakira in 2020, some, myself included, wondered why Jenny needed anybody else on her block. Although the two Latina divas played nice and hugged it out at the Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, it turns out Lopez wasn't feeling so good about having to squeeze in one typical headliner's show in a halftime. So, all right. The 52-year-old Bronx icon vents her frustration about it during halftime. The JLO documentary that opened the Tribeca Film Festival Wednesday night at the United Palace Theater before it premieres on Netflix June 14th. This was the worst idea in the world, says a pissed-off Lopez, who is seen fighting with the NFL for more time to do her set justice. While Lopez doesn't come out right out and say that why she had to split her stage time with Shakira, her longtime manager, Benny Medina, didn't mince words about the disrespect. It was an insult to think that you needed two Latinas to do the job that one artist historically has done, he says. And there's a photo of JLo. And from what they said, this is her attending the premiere at Tribeca June 8th. To me, this looks like a photo from the actual halftime performance, but I could be wrong. I really can't tell the background. And I haven't seen any other photos from this premiere, but we'll just go with that. So far, guys, what are your thoughts? Do you think that there's beef? Do you think that she really had a problem? Is this out of context also? Oh, just made myself. There we go. That's what I wanted to do. Well, let's read along. Here she is, seen with her dancers. And while Lopez is seen on Zoom with Shakira trying to make the best of a not-so-super situation, we can bring everybody together at this moment, she says. The friction didn't exactly make for the friendliest of rehearsals between the two. They're cordial and professional at best, but let's just say Shakira shouldn't be expecting an invitation to Bennifer's 2.0 wedding. But who can blame La Lopez? This was her moment, and she deserved it on her own itself. And she deserved her own, and she deserved to own it herself. This is something I've been working for and hoping for years, she says. Halftime, which is the name of the doc, also reveals that Lopez fought with the NFL over using children in cages to send a political message about former President Donald Trump putting migrant children into detention camps. The NFL had a real concern about making a statement about immigration, says Medina. And there are some more photos. I gotta say, some of these photos are not flattering, like a real pensive look on, almost painful look on JLo. And then the one before almost looks like she was crying out. I'm sure she was crying for happiness and all that stuff. But again, I want to hear your comments. Is this much to do about nothing, or is this something? But after the NFL asked Lopez to remove the cages the day before the Super Bowl, she didn't back down. We're not changing the show, she told them. About half of halftime is about the Super Bowl, taking you behind the scenes of rehearsals. The Super Bowl, is also positioned as the big ultimate win for Lopez after she lost out on an Oscar nomination for Hustlers. I want you to stick around because I have several ideas in an ultimate opinion uh, from me in regards to what we're reading. So make sure you stick around for this whole video. And the stars open about her disappointment for her and her team after getting the hype and her hopes up in the award season campaign trail. Ben Affleck here speaks on the disrespect Lopez had to deal with in the business world as a Latina. All right. But the documentary glosses over other areas of Lopez's career and personal life. There's hardly anything about Lopez's relationships with her famous flames here, although fiance Ben Affleck briefly appears to weigh in on his lady having to deal with the disrespect in the business as a Latina. And Lopez knows herself about that all too well. At the beginning of the documentary, she says, "My whole life I've battled and battled to be heard, to be seen, to be taken seriously." And this is a photo from the actual halftime. I remember that. Yeah. Okay. Performing during the Super Bowl's halftime 2020. And there's JLO performing as well. And that is it as far as that story. Okay, so let's just break it down and we'll get on out of here for you guys. But number one, it's a New York Post, so they're gonna have a bent in promoting JLO. It's one, JLO's a New Yorker, one of theirs. New York Post tends to sensationalize a little bit, but one thing I want to do is for sure for you guys is I will review the documentary and have a review up here on this channel. Number two, there is some validity in the argument that why are two Latinas needed to do the job of what has traditionally been a one person act. Prince, Whitney Houston, or a Beyonce, or a rock band, Stones, U2. Now there have been some instances where they've a couple of people have joined in, so it's not unheard of. But my argument is to back up what Benny Medina said. I do think there is ground for that. However, having seen Shakira perform several times in her live concerts, my reaction when I saw this halftime show is, why isn't Shakira just doing the whole show herself? Shakira has a huge global following musically. She's had for decades. She's a multi-instrumentalist. She's incredible. As you saw, she performed some of her songs. So it's an odd pairing. It was an odd pairing. So yeah, absolutely, one woman can do it all on her own. Hell yeah. But for me, my vote, it should have been Shakira. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Now, the fact that most of this documentary is going to be about the halftime show, that's going to be very interesting. So clearly it was a sticking point with Lopez. Now, the battles with the NFL in the cages to make a political statement, I'm a little conflicted there. So I'm about to say a couple things, and I really want to get your opinion on this. I want to get your comments. She wants to make a political statement about kids in cages, which is a heartfelt, complex human issue, and one of undocumented people being here. But in the same breath, literally in the right before she's making this political statement, she is performing on a stripper pole. Okay. I'm not a prude. I'm just trying to figure trying to figure out the balance here of performing and making this statement that that just seems to be it's the biggest stage in the world, right? The Super Bowl. So I had problems with that when I first saw it. So my two problems were was that Shakira should have had her own set. And I'm like, well, okay, you just did this very, suggestive performance. Then you go into this political statement, and then you had your kids singing with you. It was listen. This is just one person's opinion, and that's all it is. I want to hear what you guys have to say, and I want to see this halftime show. And I would say that for males who would do the same thing. I just don't know if it seems now in vogue, right? Any performance, there's always going to be a political statement. I will say also this. I did love the movie Hustlers. I think Jennifer Lopez's performance was really good. It should have been nominated for an Academy Award. She when she has the right material, she can shine, and it's been proven in the past with Selena and with other films. I think I actually prefer JLO the actress, al cantante, to JLO the singer performer. So that's just that's just me. What do you guys think? Let me know. I'm curious to hear what more comments are out there and how this unfolds. Very curious to see this performance, to see this doc. I've seen the performance. And one last thing. This halftime performance came out January, right? Of 2020. And a few months later we were in lockdown. And I remember thinking, God, I miss the days where we were just arguing about JLo's halftime performance show because we were going through something unprecedented that we hadn't experienced as a people. And I'm like, God, the other day I was arguing with friends about JLo's halftime performance. I mean, we have all these other world problems. I miss those days, right? And at the end of the day, it is an entertainer performing, and God bless her, and her doing her thing. But I definitely think that it should have just been one or the other. My vote was for Shakira. I'm just more of a fan of her musically, and it's a musical performance. That's what's always been at the halftime show, whether it's hip hop, rock, Latin, whatever. Okay, everyone, that is all the time I have. Please hit me back with your comments wherever you're at. Keep your slant muy fuerte. Gracias.
Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Slant?
Yeah, but is this the unplugged version? I don't know. I think it's the unplugged version.
I apologize.